And I'm so excited because at least this time we can now be more connected to many people about their feng shui.
Di ba, of course, love is a choice. So, syempre, since we're both part of the showbiz industry, importante para sa amin na hindi makinig sa ibang tao. And kasi, syempre, kung makikinig ka sa bawat opinion ng mga ibang tao, makikinig ka sa mga sasabihin nila, mas lalong magkakaroon ng misunderstanding sa isang relationship. It's more of like we choose to listen to each other.
Me as an individual, as a unique person, I feel that you are your own icon. You know, you have to have your own personality, shine in whatever.
You have to take control of your destiny. Wag mong aantayin na may magandang trabahong dumating sa'yo. Go for it. If you think you can do it, go after it. You know, you have to take charge of your destiny because it is your life. And ambition ka sa buhay, run after your dreams, chase your dreams, and it will happen.
Kasi kahit na napakaswerte natin, if we don't do the work, it will never happen. Pagdating ng araw, ipapakita namin sa buong mundo na kaming mga Filipina, we are good people. That is just a stepping stone for us to achieve what we want because of love for our family.
Nakaka-in-love.
Nakaka-in-love. Alam mo talaga, totoo yan, Marites. When you are traveling, just the two of you, you feel young. Yung parang this is yesterday. You know, we've been married for 17 years, pero pag nagbabiyahe kami, it's like we're dalaga binata na, kaya nga, age is just a number because the heart never grows old.
I realized that sex therapy was a very narrow, limited field, and to really help and understand the person, you really have to take clinical psychology. The greatest sex organ is the one between your ears, di ba? Not between your legs. So that is why I decided to get a PhD in psychology and clinical psych.
Making the right choices in my career has led me to the leadership role that I am at now.
The word is channeling your pain into positivity. You have to. Because what's the point? We're here for a very limited time in this life and we've got to make the most of it. And this year more than ever should have shown how important it is for us to push forward, for us to be smiling, for us to be happy. If you don't want to do something, change it. If you don't want to be somewhere, move. Do whatever you can to be happy because this is it. You can't come back and do it again.
During my college days, then I started buying cheap makeup, and then I started seeing people paying. I could actually earn from it. So like, oh my God, I could really earn from by doing the thing that I love doing.
Because for me, it's about educating ourselves because we are in two different generations. But at the end, we will embrace and kiss and say, I love you.
I always feel that being a woman is an advantage because you can charm your way, di ba, sister?
Yeah.
If you're smart, you can do many things, no? Pretty and smart. Wow, you can do so many things.
I want to make children happy. That is one of the most important purpose that I had. So I said, I had to teach children how to play with it.
If you just live one way forever and you don't pivot and you don't move, you will never grow. You will just be idle. And if you are idle, then how will you progress, diba?
Changing the habits to keep your energy level balanced and take the advantage to take care of yourself, pamper yourself with shea butter. You know, it was something that I was doing a lot.
Keep dreaming about the Philippines because when you wake up and when you do make good of your travel to the Philippines, we assure you of the same promise that it will be more fun and safer Philippines which you will visit.
Marketing is to build awareness. Branding is tell people who you are. Find your target market, where they are, where they gather, and what's their lifestyle. So never be scared by your difficulties.
Kayo pa rin ang mag-decide kung gusto nyo maging masaya, maging malungkot. Tanggalin na yung lungkot, di ba? Tanggalin yung problema, doon ka lang sa happiness. Yun palagi ang pipiliin mo, happiness.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Marites Allen, your fun, fortune, and feng shui partner for today. So, welcome, mga kaibigan. Today, I'm so excited. You know why? Because I have a very, very special guest. You see, every week I tend to bring to you very, very honorable, prestigious, inspiring stories. And this one, mga kaibigan, wow, she is one of a kind. And I really, really adore her. So once again, mga kaibigan, to those who have not subscribed or liked or shared my Marites Allen on YouTube channel, again, I keep saying I am 10 years delayed. But never mind, we're trying to make things very productive during this pandemic season. So I'd like to welcome everybody. Leah, Yo, Elna, thank you so much for watching. Maria Teresa, of course, our Suke Magiparas, thank you so much for joining. Raquel, Miss Gail, of course, thank you so much for watching, Miss Gail. And thank you, so shout out ni Miss Maggie. And many, many more. We'll come back to you on that. And we'll, of course, show your questions or comments later. In the meantime, I would like to introduce to you my very, very dearest VIP guest. She is someone so young, so accomplished, so pretty, and yet so inspiring. Her name is Janina Chan. And of course, she is an award winning multi platform host and content creator. We will know more about what she does later, my friends. In fact, she is the podcast host of Rise Up with Janina Chan. She does live stream host of Rise Up with Janina Chan, and of course, Z Live with Friends in Fashion, and of course, the Chinoy TV, among many other shows. She is also a much sought after speaker on such topic, and as a youth leader and very empowered lady. She's also very good in public speaking, and of course, she does very, very well in terms of sharing her time management and social media hosting. In fact, mga kaibigan, this Chinese New Year 2021, at the beginning of the year, she is our very credible, very beautiful host for our very, very first virtual Chinese New Year forecast episode with the SM Supermalls. So without further ado, my friends, let's all welcome the very beautiful, the very smart Miss Janina Chan.
Hi everyone. Good morning,
Hello.
good evening, good day to everyone. Hi, Achi Marites. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you, darling. I missed you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm really happy. It's been a while. It feels so weird now. It's already July. Wow,
No,
so fast.
that is so like the last time I saw you was about 6 months ago, virtually, when you were hosting incredible, our Chinese New Year first virtual Zoom meeting. Thank you so much. And you're still looking as always beautiful as you are.
Oh, thank you.
What is your secret? Do you work from Monday to Sunday, or do you have to like choose which day you would like to
Okay.
work? What is it?
I don't work. I just enjoy.
I love it. I love it. You enjoy what
But
you do.
honestly,
Okay.
but yeah, I know naman sometimes in all fields, in all ano naman, even if you love what you do, sometimes it gets tiring and also exhausting and nakaka-burn out then, diba? Sometimes you also feel burnt out. So if I get really tired, I allow myself to rest and try my best to not feel guilty about it. I'm a self-proclaimed ex-workaholic. I think the pandemic has shown us more ways of being successful than just, keep on, diba? Iba na ngayon, hindi naman it's not always about just the work. It's about holistic wellness, right?
That's
It's
right.
about,
That's right.
it's about having a balance of, really enjoying life. You don't just live life to pay the bills, right?
Yeah.
Enjoy the fresh air, enjoy nature.
Wow.
And I think if there's one thing I really appreciated more and learned more this whole pandemic season, is really just to appreciate the little things, the things that I miss so much, like just being able to go out there without a mask or a face shield on. Yeah, and yeah, every
Yes.
time I feel extra stressed and I still have to do work. Now sometimes I'm come up, what I have to do, I just try my best to think that, and to just be appreciative of every single thing and to add an element of fun. Just like in
Yes.
Mary Poppins, diba? A
Yeah.
spoon of sugar helps the medicine go down.
That's true. In fact, we were just talking about it with another one. I forgot now, but I think 2, 3 weeks ago we were just talking about the Mary Poppins attitude. Like we do need some fun. We do need some laughter, and I think that's life. But do you have to get up because you have to do the things you love to do most, or is there saying like, oh, I'm only gonna take some job if it will start, filming at least at 10 o'clock in the morning. Like you don't need to wake up at 6 or 5 a.m.
Yes,
What
I think
do you?
that's called loving yourself. So, but it depends on the person, and also it depends naman if, for example, like if there's really no choice, and I know that it's for a good cause, there's a bigger purpose than me, then I will wake up at 6 a.m. for work or something. Pero kung kaya naman na gawing 10 o'clock, like after breakfast, that would be even better, right? Sometimes you have to talk to the team or something. It's all about holistic approach na ngayon, di ba?
That's right. That's right. And then, in fact, because even for me, when I was starting feng shui, would you believe that as early as, because I would be getting interview requests with, ABS-CBN, TV5, GMA7, and some of them has to be on the first, like morning news, which is like at 6 o'clock. So meaning my call time was like 3 o'clock in the morning, or actually like 5. I have to be there. But meaning it actually means that I have to wake up at 3 a.m. because I have to do my makeup at 4, and I have to be at the studio by 4:30 or 5. And after 10 years of doing that, I said, wait a minute. Maybe there's another way. Like, bigyan mo na yan sa iba.
Why not an evening show, di ba? Pwede naman.
Yeah, so I think we are more comfortable nowadays. So, wow, my God, ang dami nating nanonood ngayon. Thank you so much, Miss Maggie, Miss Elsie. Thank you so much. Oh, sabi ni Gail, nag-shout out siya sa atin. Miss Elsie, thank you for watching. And of course, hello to our Friga followers. So mga kaibigan, I met Janina when she was like, siguro, it makes me feel so old. But she is actually so clever. When we used to reside at Green Hills, then at North Green Hills, she came over to interview me for a station, and I believe at that time she was only like 16 or even younger, but she came so professionally prepared. She is so pretty, she's so articulate, and from then on, fast forward to what? 16 years
Let's just
after.
say many years. Hindi naman decades. Decades na ba?
Yeah, over a decade, and look at her now. What an
Aw.
achievement. So, question, as a backgrounder, you started singing and modeling at the age of 7, I believe so.
Yes,
So you
yes.
became a junior reporter at 11 and was acting on television at 17. It seems that you were actually headed for great things very early in your life. Can you tell us what contributed to those early achievements?
I think I was just having fun, really. I was just a Bibo kid, to be honest. And I was allowed to be one. And I was encouraged even to be one. I think support is very, very, very important. The support system was there. And I think they were even more excited pa for me. Diba, kailangan yan para push. And yeah, I was really having fun. Everything you mentioned, for me, all those were laro lang until now. I still consider them as play. I love doing it. I feel like I'm just so blessed and I'm grateful for all these opportunities. Syempre, sometimes it does get tiring to, I mean, every field, if you want to be successful or if you want to improve, you really have to, do the work and
Yeah.
to get outside of your comfort zone. So actually getting to where I am at now is kind of like a domino effect of things. Sometimes you just have to put, it's just like one foot at the door, tama ba yun? One
Yeah.
step at a time. And then you never know. Usually, from the singing competitions, like off-campus singing competitions when I was like in early grade school pa, or even late preschool to early elementary, because I joined off-campus singing competitions. That's when we met someone from the modeling industry naman who introduced us to Barbie for Sina Richwell, the Barbie models from the Philippines.
Yes.
So that for me, that was kind of
Miss
my
Myrna.
exactly.
Yes, she was my guest as well here. Wow, amazing.
Yeah, and then from the modeling world, you meet someone who would refer you to the hosting world. So that's how I became a kiddie host.
I see.
11 years old for a local telemagazine show sa ABC5 pa, if people remember, in the Philippines. And then, syempre, I couldn't be a kid forever, but I still am always a kid at heart.
Of course, yeah.
So that program ended na. Siguro, naps ako 11 hanggang 13 around that time. And then 14 years old, I got an opportunity to be a junior reporter. And that was just my dad flipping through channels. And then he saw again, they're looking for, they're looking for junior reporters, teen reporters. And really, I didn't want pa ha. Sabi ko, parang boring. Kasi reporting, gusto ko may lang, kikay or masaya. Pero I know, I just tried it out. And I got the great opportunity to be trained by pros. We were really intensively trained to produce our own segments, to write our own reports, lifestyle, and even some more hard reports, but with a teenager's point of view. Ayan, junior journalist, Newswatch Junior Edition. And I was there for quite some time until they absorbed me as one of the regular lifestyle reporters. So I was there for 5 years up until the station closed down. And then, you just, and then about college, became a Fox Sports courtside reporter, and then naging ABS-CBN Sports in Action until Chinoy TV on ANC as well. So, you just get opportunities.
Wow.
Really plan, but I know ahead of time that I wanted to be in this fun industry because it's always different, it's always fresh, and you meet so many new people. Like you, I wouldn't have you if it weren't for my shows. Like before, halos every weekend talaga. Every weekend, at dami kong mamimit, and I was like, what, 14?
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's a very good exposure for you. So, but alam mo, all this time, mga kaibigan, when you get to follow, of course, Janina on Instagram, Facebook, oh my God, she has like an amazing content. And I am so inspired by her because ito nga binobola ko siya eh. Like, did anyone at all pressured you to, join the Miss Universe, Miss World competition? Because you have everything, the height, the beauty, talents.
I'm actually a pageant fan. I have lots of pageant friends also in the industry, and I'm very happy for them also. And ano na lang, sabi ko ako na lang mag-host. Para sure na, may TF. Just kidding. No, but really, parang masaya naman ako now. I'm enjoying the peace I have. Wow.
Yes,
But no, I love them and I look up to them and respect. I know it's hard having so many eyes. So many eyes and so many opinions watching them, diba?
Oo nga, no?
It's parang the pressure. I'm like, dali lang.
Well, I think that's a very, very wise choice. That is a super duper wise choice. So, mga kaibigan, a look into the academic background of Janina shows that you were in fact a consistent Dean's lister at Ateneo. For the sake of parents and young viewers out there, can you share to us some good study habits that helped you in those days?
Oh wow, definitely sacrifice. Well, sacrifice agad. And time management. Just being able to do your work or school load ahead of time will give you so much more free time to do the things you want to do. I never stopped school, even if I was super busy. Actually, aside from the things I mentioned, those were my main like my main things, but I was also doing more things on the side. I was also part of a mainstream musical.
Wow, yeah.
During time consuming. It was for High
Yeah.
School Musical on stage. And then, basta I never stopped performing then. But basta pag may opportunity, I would take it because it's also one of my first loves, like performing. And also, junior job radio station. Parang ano lang, parang ayaw talagang nababore. So I wanted it so much. I had to make sure that I would not disappoint my family also, my parents, even my teachers. Because sometimes magpapa-excuse ako sa school. And even like go to auditions, diba? Auditions or commercials. Back then, usong-uso pa mga VTRs also.
Yes,
like,
yes.
talaga yun, I would really go to them. Pero ngayon iba na. Social media na talaga.
Yeah.
Which is,
oo.
you can use it to your advantage. Iba na talaga now. So
Oo,
yeah,
so-
study habits, just time management.
Wow. So it's really like the habit, no? So mga kaibigan, to those with children out there, would you say your parents have trained you well, when you were a lot younger with your study habits, or having the rights, I would say, I noticed that with my daughters as well. Their study habits are really so strict that even now, like mommy, we all have same hours in a day. I'm busy, you're busy, you got work to do, I got work to do. But because you know exactly to do it ahead of time, and then you can now like have a free time after.
Yeah,
So would
yeah.
you say you coming from the right education, the right set of family to nurture you, it helped?
Yes, definitely. Both nurture and nature. Di ba may ganon? I think also innately, it's part of my personality na palaban. Hindi naman palaban, more like pabida. Hindi naman pabida sa teacher. No, kasi it doesn't feel for me. Ayokong nasa top ng class. Parang that doesn't feel nice, di ba?
Of course, di ba?
For arte reasons din. No, syempre gusto mo nandun ka para sikat ka, no? Kidding.
Yes.
No
But you
one
work
really
for it.
I
You
also try.
really
I
work
work
for
for it.
it.
Pero it's
Galing.
more like parang feeling ko kung hindi ako nag-excel in school, parang hoy, mahiya ka naman, lagi kang rumaraket. Right? So it's more both like that. And also it feels good, syempre. I think I've always been, I don't know, like I've always been determined,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
if I want to be focused, I can be super focused. Yeah, as in sometimes nga my mom would joke me na ano ba yan, selective hearing, kasi minsan if I'm so like super focused, I can literally block out everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Question,
So, I
do
don't
you
know.
do you have siblings, like brother or sister?
I have an older sister, 3 years older than me. She's married now. Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm now the only child.
Oh, wow. So talagang focus na focus si mommy. Focus na focus
No
si
choice.
mommy.
Kulang pa yung oras na.
Thank you. Sabi ni Jean, good evening to the beautiful host and guest. Super galing daw. Sabi ni
Thank you
Glory.
so much.
Thank
Wow, I
you,
love your
Miss
name.
Joey. Rosita, thank you. Junior Antonio, pretty morning to everyone. Please inform us which country you're watching from. We really appreciate that. And if you have questions on the tips, especially this time, mga kaibigan, that everything, like what Janina is saying, everything now is on social media. In fact, we are going to ask her about it later because it's really very interesting to know. You are the one, you are the content provider. We need to learn from you.
Wow.
Yeah, so Janina, question. You have featured into many, many interesting episodes in your Rise Up with Janina podcast. Please tell us the story behind the show title. Why Rise?
Aw,
Rise
rise,
up.
of course.
Why rise up?
Every morning we rise up, right? It's a blessing to be able to rise up every morning. Sometimes we forget that and take it for granted. And also, I think it was also because this is produced by the Chinoy Podcast Network, so that's under Chinoy TV. For those who are watching from the Philippines, they might be familiar with the show. We've been on TV, and now this is one of our new platforms on this podcast, parang podcast streaming. So it's available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And during the height of the pandemic last year, we kind of pivoted into this new platform because aside from it being a fresh way to share content, it's also, one of our, in a way, advocacy to help out, everyone's mood in general. And not just that, to really uplift each other so we can rebuild the community together. We all felt like we were languishing. Up until now, some still feel that way, as if there's no progress happening. So, it's easy to feel lonely and alone, especially in these trying times. Although now we can see that the pace is picking up more. Actually, balik traffic na nga sa Pilipinas. Sa Manila. Pero, marami pa ring nawalan ng trabaho. A lot of people got laid off from their jobs, and a lot of people were lost, and a lot of people lost their loved ones and family members. And some are even dealing with depression and just loneliness or just anxiety. It's just crippling anxiety. And that's exactly what we want to alleviate. So we want to lighten up the mood and also strengthen, provide strength, provide that voice of calmness and even laughter. Sometimes some of our episodes are very parang maalaala mo kaya. Pero yung iba naman, it's a mix of both. As in, tawa ng tawa, so many laughs.
Nice.
And some are like super from laughing to biglang serious. So we urge you to listen to it. We always talk about life lessons. Lahat ng episode may kwenta, may purpose. So I hope you listen to it. Will be that voice of hope, will be that voice of comfort, and will be that voice of that uplifting voice that you need. Or even that just a friend. Sometimes you just want to listen in on a conversation that will make you happy or that will bring you joy.
Yeah, and everybody really needs to have that inspiring voice and just a reminder. So how do they have to go about your podcast? Do they have to subscribe to our channel? Can you please tell the viewers?
Just hit the follow button. It's on Spotify, and you can check it on Apple Podcasts as well. Please hit the follow because that really helps our algorithm as well. And basically just press play and listen to it like a radio.
Yes.
A radio show.
What's nice is, I suppose, what's nice is because this is a podcast, then they can now replay or they can listen at any time while they're working, while they're cleaning at home, while they cannot sleep at night. They could just always listen to that. So mga kaibigan, follow Janina on Spotify, Rise Up with Janina Chan. And then, ayun, there you are, hang on, yes.
That's the logo. So hit the follow button, please. And you can even listen to it via your car, if you have like a plug and play thing. So it's kind of radio if you're stuck in traffic and you just want like a pick me up. Or I hope it inspires you.
Thank you. Oh, hi. I just saw Christina Babao's channel. Thank you, Christine. Thank you for watching. Yes. So in a little while, we are going to just have a very, very short break, Janina. Then we'll come back again to continue our interview. And Dexter, thank you so much for watching. Lovely to hear the guest tonight, of course. And we have, of course, Christine. We have... Hi, Miss Christine. We have Anne from Canada. Thank you for watching. And sabi ni Ana, thank you daw for good evening to both beautiful ladies. Mga Pilipina, talagang magaganda yan. Magagaling na, magaganda pa. And then Miss Glory, thank you for watching from Cavite. And we have somebody from Winnipeg again in Canada. Thank you for watching. So, mga kaibigan, we'll be right back in a very, very short while we play this very short feng shui tips for you guys. Kung gusto niyo pong tuloy-tuloy ang swerte sa buhay, mga kaibigan, pwede po kayo mag-invest ng 9 Dragons Painting. Ito po ay nagsisimbolo ng inyong kasaganaan sa buhay ay pwedeng dumating sa iba't ibang maswerteng lokasyon. Maaari po maglagay ng mga well chips sa inyong bahay kung ikaw po ay isang negosyante or kung gusto mong umunlad ang inyong negosyo. Maaari po siyang lagyan ng mga coins or mga gold ingots para po punong-puno at maswerte ang daloy ng negosyo sa inyo. Alam nyo ba na dapat sa pagtulog, kailangan na isang buong cushion ang kanilang hinihigaan at hindi po dalawang single bed na magkadikit lamang because yung sa gitna na kanilang patlang ay posibleng magsimbolo ng hiwalayan ng mag-asawa. Sa inyong mga living room or sofa, kailangan po maglagay ng mga cushions na merong mga mystic nut symbol. Ang mystic nut po mga kaibigan ay nagbibigay ng mga peace and harmony para sa pamilya. Mga kaibigan, we're back with our pretty VIP guest, Miss Janina Chan. So, Janina, Miss Christine daw, sabi niya, Julius is watching beside me. Oh my God! Napasaya mo kami lalo. Hello, Julius and Christine here from London. And of course, our dearest Janina Chan over here. So, thank you. So, Janina, clearly you are wearing so many hats as a social media personality, a traveler, a sports person. Can you share a few tips on time management and how do you fit all these things into your very busy schedule?
Okay. Definitely a to-do list is very important. And I just really try to do as much as I can and finish it. It's kind of like, and I also reward myself at night. Yeah. To get excited na parang, yes, I've earned it. And also delegate, sometimes you can't do it all. I'm very grateful that I have a team also with my podcast. I wouldn't have done it by myself. Sometimes you really have to, ako pa naman, in a way, may pagka-control freak sometimes.
Yeah.
Parang, oh my gosh, if I could just split myself or multiply myself, wag naman yung split, parang masakit yun. Multiply myself into like 8 people, I'd be doing so many things at once. Pero yun nga, sometimes you have to delegate talaga and professionalize the system. Having very organized systems are very important. I think my being type A is beneficial for me. So, kung alam nyo nang medyo hindi organized kayo off the bat, then I think, it's very important to really have your lists. Parang Santa Claus lang. Checking it twice. So yeah, para malinaw. Because sometimes you forget. You parang, I know I have to do this. And then you forget you have to do it actually. And yeah, just wag rin mapuyat. Make sure that you're well rested because if the next day puyat ka nga, the next day you're gonna feel so much more tired and also your brain's not gonna be as creative. And speaking of creativity, because I belong or I'm in such a creative industry, I really won't force myself if I'm not feeling creatively, driven or inspired. It's so important to really pause and take a break and just chill out for a while and then creativity will come back to you. Pray for it as well. It's important to be still so you can, rest so you can rise again. Just like bread, right? Bread has to rest in the oven so it can rise and be delicious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's really like, because it's good to have a reminder that, we are just but human being. And I know exactly what you meant because, I think women as we are, I'm sure our good friend Christine Babo there could relate that, we tend to do a lot of things on our own as well because we want to do it right. We want to deliver, of course, and share to everybody, content that is good for them. And at the same time, it really is sometimes naman, we tend to say, okay, parang, having a list is very important. So it will remind you. Sometimes naman, di ba? I already took a mental note of that. So sometimes, our brain can also be exhausted.
And plot it on the calendar. Plot it in the calendar or it will never happen.
I always have a paper and pen with me. I take notes. Like if I forget something, because if I don't, then that's it.
Yeah.
Although my kids, I have like techie kids right now. Like everything for them is in this app. Everything, mommy, you can synchronize this. You can do this. I said, I know, but I want to have a printout. I want to have a printout in a hard copy.
Wow! Parang homeschool lang. Baka may booklet.
Yeah, I haven't done yet. So because, after 10, 20 years, I could still go back to it. pag mawala or ma-off yung battery, whatever, especially like very important things or documents, I would email it to myself. I would email it to, like, I don't know, my lawyer, my husband, in case of emergency, for example. And then I would even print out, and then I would put something in a safe, and I would put a note to it. But sure enough, yeah, look at this. We didn't realize we only came to London in July with a suitcase because we thought we're only here for a break, get out of the pandemic, lockdown in Manila. But I didn't realize that we're going to be staying here for another year and start living again here. So good enough that when I left Manila, I already put some of my mga notes. So whenever I need a document, it's very easy for my secretary to go back to the house and, okay, this shelf, I put this. And this shelf, I'm sure it's just somewhere there. So I'm still, mga kaibigan, I take notes.
That's good. Very, very good. And sometimes when you write it down, it really makes more of an impact than just typing it.
Yes, because apparently our mental note you could do better even if you write it as well at the same time. So the act of writing it from your mind to the notes would really help.
Yes.
So now, darling Janina, how has the lockdown affected your activities, and how are you addressing it? Was there a moment that you feel like, by every day you can see all this, if not family or friends, the friends of our friends passing on, short lived. You tend to, I feel sad. I feel really like sad, and then how do you how did you address it?
Honestly, I think just like anyone else would, I just dealt with it my own way for a while. Syempre, parang actually ganito yun muna. Talaga nag-explain. No, kasi it was like a 360-degree turn from my old life, from the before times. That's what I'm calling it. The before times. Every day halos nasa labas. Like I'm never home almost, and like almost every month siguro may travel ako, either domestic or international flight. Masaya siya, pero at the same time, wow, I never stayed at home for this long. And then now it's my favorite place. Now I don't want to go out. Syempre, I miss the outdoors, but at the same time, I found a new kind of comfort here. Na parang you can enjoy the stillness and slowness, and it won't hurt you. Because I think sometimes we got so used to just keep on going, never stop. Like, what are we chasing anyway? So I think for us, a lot of syempre sad pa rin in a way. But at the same time, you can think about it positively, think about, that it's a refresher, like a reset for a lot of us. And I think even that reset, I know minsan masakit mag-reset kasi that means mag-off ka muna. Pero sometimes that's what we needed. Sometimes we can only control so much. Clearly, God is still in control, and we just have to surrender, lift it all up to Him. I've been seeing success in a more holistic way now because of that.
Yeah.
What are we chasing after?
Yeah, would you say, if you ask me this, because a lot of people, especially those, my friends here in London, but also back in Manila, when we get to talk, like, would you be going back to where or when it was used to be? Or are you getting used to be like, now I am more contented and happy because I could get to anyone, anywhere in the world? And, revenue-wise, it's even better because I can now maximize and do more with my time. Would you say, would you still want to sort of like go out and do the regular things that you have done before? Or from now moving forward, you will now have to adapt to the new reality?
I think now everyone has adapted and everyone has learned what they could apply moving forward. Na, kaya naman pala talaga na hindi na tayo deal with traffic. And if we want to have virtual events, even if we could meet each other physically, why not, right? I mean, it's just all time and traffic. But if you still want to have physical events, like for example, launches and stuff, it's still an option. But at least now we have more options. We have more options digitalized na talaga. Parang, in my opinion nga, parang tayong forced to evolve. Like, for example, now, diba, I wouldn't have a podcast if it weren't for the pandemic. You probably wouldn't have this show, probably, if it
Exactly.
weren't for the pandemic.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Right? These are the little things na parang you just have to be patient and wait for God to zoom out the bigger picture. And then for you to just see na, kaya pala. So every something stresses you out, something that, you probably expect would happen and then hindi siya natuloy. Ako ngayon, recently, I think I've become more emotionally mature. Wow! Pero totoo,
Ang lalim na
parang hindi na ako madaling ma-stress or wow, talaga lang. Pero try my best to really not be easily stressed or madaling, ano ba yan? Di ba sa aeroplano? Wag mag-atubili. Diba? So, ngayon, I'm more calm now because I really, I know na how God's divine work. Yes, na parang you just have to trust. And as long as you have good intentions and keep on doing good work, diba?
That's
And
right.
arrange your feng shui. Kasi
That's right.
meron talagang effect.
Yeah,
Iba
tell me
talaga.
about your feng shui knowledge. What have you gathered from me all these years, darling? Because like what I said, mga kaibigan, to those who just tune in, I met Janina, I think over a decade ago. She came to our home in Green Hills, at North Green Hills. She was so young then, I think about 16 years old, so beautiful, so young, so articulate. And I'm telling you, she nailed it. She was like interviewing me and she was so good. So I said, like what I said, 15 years after, look at us now. So tell me, how has the feng shui learning from me has sort of like affected you in a way? Did you use it somehow? Some tips?
I think ever since my mom and I have always been like very inclined to alam namin talagang hindi yan sabi-sabi lang. As part, if you guys want to listen in, if some of you guys are new followers maybe or new viewers, you can listen in on my interview with Marites Allen on my podcast also. We were able to debunk na hindi siya mahuhula, diba? It's literally the elements of our world. Hindi siya witchcraft or ako pa naman, I'm such a godly person. So, hindi siya it won't harm you. It can only do you good. It's about the elements and the energies. And energy doesn't lie. We all, diba, pati na ako maging Marites Allen Jr.
Yeah, and you're a rooster. The very lucky animal sign this year. Janina's a rooster.
Yeah, it's all energies, and energies, they don't lie. So ever since we kind of picked it up from simply changing the direction, changing the placements of the element in our home every so often. So yeah, and it doesn't hurt, right?
Yeah, it's only for the better.
At the same time, you kind of
for the better.
Yeah, parang yung refresh your decor at the same time. Parang hindi naman nakakasawa, diba?
Yeah. So question, with your varied interest, do you see yourself focusing on a very specific field? Say, moving on 5 years, 10 years from now, will we be seeing Janina in a different field, or you will be in this, like what you said, it's so exciting to be part of the media, because you have the modeling, you have the acting, you're the hosting, social media. What can we see more in the coming 5 years for Janina?
I think just expanding it more and honestly just growing it more. I think I've already built a foundation that I'm proud of and I'm grateful for because of a support system.
Congratulations.
And kailangan lang talaga pagpatuloy kasi minsan kahit na may foundation ka, if you don't keep on going, diba? Parang sayang naman din, diba? So let's just say I will not stop. I will keep on rising up and let's see where life takes me. Baka maging instructor pala ako, no?
Why not? Why not? Tell us about your foundation. What does it do? What does it do? And what's the name of the foundation?
No, I mean, okay. Well, in terms of that, I always I always set aside, in a way, my own. Every year, I set aside an amount. That's my way of thanking God.
Oh, that's
Pero yeah,
nice.
maybe in the future I can make it more,
Wow.
baka we can even call it rise up. No, I
Yeah,
don't know.
rise up. Why not? True.
Yeah, I
Dapat
love
pa-register mo na yan ngayon.
Yeah, oh wow, gusto ko yun.
Yeah, you have to. You have
And
to register it now. Start young.
yeah, I do um wanna focus on health also because I had like one of my most challenging times in my life was when I got Bell's palsy. Half of my face was paralyzed, and all I wanted to do was bring my full smile back, and I was super duper weak. So for me, that's my rise up story. As in,
Really?
akala ko hindi na babalik yung mukha ko. Naging tabingi siya. Like,
How long ago was this? Like, how
That
young were you then?
July 2016.
Okay. And how
It's the
long
most
did it?
challenging part of my life.
Oh.
Aside from, of course, yung mga losses, like when I lost my dad. In terms of the overall challenge,
Yeah.
I know it was a test from God, and I know that's my story to share. So that's what
Yes,
keeps
yes.
me happy also. Minsan nagiging sobrang bubbly ako. Nagtataka sila, ba't ang daldal na to? Ba't ang ingay na to? Saya-saya niya. Kasi naman na-experience ko na mawalan ng full smile. I would literally have to do exercises for my face just so I can bring my smile back.
Really? Wow.
Bagsak talaga siya. Imagine, this is my career, my
Of
face.
course. Yeah. How many months was that? Like, how many weeks did you have to go through that?
In a way, 1 month. But for others, dahil I'm already very lucky kasi naagapan siya ng mabilis. It was only kind of like acute. Pero kung hindi naagapan agad, it could be even more paralyzed within 48 hours.
Really?
I was on the way to hosting pa. I was gonna host for an event. I had to stop, drop, and go to the ER. Ano siya, rehab. Dapat rehab na agad. Pero alam ko, I was still in control. Kasi kailangan may signature ng rehab doctor. So, ang natitirang doctor, lahat sila nasa conference, except for one doktora. At ang pangalan niya ay Doktora Magpantay.
Oh my God!
Tawag si God talaga. Meron talagang humor si God. So, alam ko na kahit doon pa lang, hindi ako pababayaan ni God. Pero I know na I had to go through it. And meron nga akong deadline because at the end of the month, mag-host ako for the Mr. Miss Chinatown pageant. Handa na yung gown ko and everything.
Yeah, of course.
Oo, so parang yun, I was even more motivated. Pero grabe, I was so down Iyak ako ng iyak. May mga times hagulgul talaga. Like, I would go to church kasi I'm neighbors with my village church. Pero yung tipong, pagod na pagod. And then, grabe, iyak ako ng iyak tuwing mass. As in, nakikita na ako ng Father and yung mga doon, mga servers doon. And then, all I wanted to do was say, peace be with you, na hindi mahiya. Kasi gano'n ako, peace be with you.
Oh my God. Can you get it from something? Or you just woke up one day and that happened?
The symptoms are, actually, this can happen to everyone. So, in a way, Bell's palsy awareness. Sa lahat ng mga
listen, I'm taking notes.
Yeah. If you hear like a deafening sensation on your ear, kasi akala ko ENT lang kailangan kong puntahan eh. Tapos parang akala ko nagva-vertigo ako kasi nahihilo ako. So yun, nahihilo ako, parang nabibingi. So ayan guys, pag nahihilo or nabibingi kayo, huwag niyo pong patagalin pa kasi baka lumala siya lalo. And then, pagkising niyo na lang, parang mamamanhid na, parang tumatabingi pa. You know, paano ko nalaman na talagang I was not well? When I was gonna reapply na my lipstick, kaartehan pa rin, no?
Oh.
Hindi na umaakyat. Nakakatakot talaga.
Oh my God.
All my life. Kasi if you see, may mga ibang tao na ganun pa rin eh. I'm sure may mga sometimes may nakikita kayong faces na lubog na, diba? Bagsak na. That's Bell's palsy. Dahil dahil na natutukan daw ng aircon or something because it's a nerve thing. So be careful with your nerves. Wag mapagod masyado, wag ma-stress masyado. So ayan, chill na ako ngayon. Chill. Wag ma-stress. Sometimes, kung may stressful situation, pabayaan niyo muna. Tayo. Tsaka wag masyadong kasi ako in a way impatient / gustong gawin na lahat. Ganon.
Correct. Oh my God. Alam mo, I have to tell this to you. Thank you for sharing that to us. Because, women as we are, just like what Christina was saying, Christine Baba, our dear friend, women become too parang multitaskers. Sabi ni Christine pala, Bell's palsy, I have a friend who experienced that. also nakakatakot, nag-therapy din siya.
Yes.
So mga kaibigan ha, pwede pala yan kahit kanino. At saka,
kahit bagets.
kahit
May
bagets.
even- yeah, kahit kids,
oo.
ha? Alam mo,
Kahit
nag-acupuncture pa ako. I did both Eastern and Western medication. Pero I think, that's one of my advocacies na rin. May template na ako. Minsan, kasi nag-post ako ng sobrang habang post na madrama about that on Facebook. So yung ibang nakakakita, may mga kamag-anak sila or friends who got that also. So because of that, meron na akong copy-paste. Dito kayo pumunta. Ito yung gawin nyo.
Ang
Acupuncture
galing.
really helped, and Chinese herbal medicine, aside from PT.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter, mga kaibigan, Janina is a very healthy person. She really takes care of her body, wellness, and everything. She sleeps, more sleeps at night. Tayo pa kaya, oh my God. Yeah. Please, we have to listen talaga. We have to. I mean, like what sometimes you say, if you're just gonna be stressed, then, it comes back to us, health mentally and everything.
Protect your peace muna.
Yeah. So thank you for that, darling. You're so brave to share us your story. I really, really love it. What would you say is your most memorable realization as a content provider for social media?
Realization.
That you can share to us.
Okay. I'll give both. Syempre, Okay, first up, you have to be careful because, it's so easy to compare. Pero at the same time, you have to be confident in what you can bring. Instead of being afraid na I'm not enough, because it's so easy to compare it. Never compare yourself with anyone because, you're not meant to be anyone else. Even if, for example, I'm a lifestyle content creator, I have mga outfits and stuff, kahit na pareho yung outfit namin ng kabilang influencer. Iba pa rin kapag ako yung sumuot at iba pa rin pag siya. In terms of creating content, iba pa rin yun. So if it comes, because actually in this industry, maraming nagkaka-anxiety and mental health problems because it's so easy to compare. So never compare yourself and always know that you're doing good. Just keep on improving, keep on enjoying. And when it comes to being excited about it, it's such a, that's the internet. Everyone can see it from anywhere in the world. So use it for good and be excited. Don't be overwhelmed, because I know sometimes it can be overwhelming. Yeah. And that success stories just because of either, IG or TikTok or YouTube. And it's so interesting, diba? Parang, wow, they've built a career just because of social media. So,
Exactly.
let it inspire you. Ako rin minsan, sometimes I'm like, what if I let go of the other platform? Like, for example, YouTube is another world. It's another, parang iba pa yung algorithm dyan. Inaaral din yan na, hindi lang yan basta mag-post.
Basta-basta, oo. Give us a tip. So to those people who are watching us right now, they're gonna make a post. Is there like a particular time of the day that you have to do it? Is there a difference of posting a short sentences over a long one? How does it work?
I think it all boils down to your audience. Sometimes ako rin for the longest time, oh my gosh, kasi parang minsan you overthink it. Oh my gosh, why didn't it? Parang you expect it to be siguro liked more or to have more comments or engagements, and then, for example, it didn't do well. Don't fret. At least you know what doesn't work, diba? So experiment lang yan. Keep on experimenting and keep on seeing what works well, what people want. Kung maraming comments or maraming engagement, kung natutuwa sila, ibig sabihin they want to see more of that. And you can even connect with them more and be authentic as much as possible, diba? Alam ko in a way yung iba is very glossy, very pa-magazine, okay naman din yun. As long as for you, diba, ikaw pa rin yan at masaya ka dyan at pwede mong panindigan yung mga pinapost ninyo. Kasi, once it's out there, mahirap na bawiin yan. It's already part of your digital footprint. So also be responsible with the content you put out there. So yun, and yun, sometimes yung iba nga pag nagka-caption, wala namang words. Sa aming mga sa ibang generation ko, even Gen Z,
Yeah.
yung iba na lang, emojis na lang. Pero parang masaya kasi ngayon uso na nga yung raw. For a time, siguro 5 years ago, dapat laging may filter, dapat super, super ayos.
That's right.
Now you see different, that I'm talking about IG. Ngayon, minsan people just want raw and real. Because it's like, ang dami na kasing, parang naluma na siya. So, you have to adapt and grow and evolve and observe and apply it and make it your own. Yeah.
That's right. Is there a particular time of the day that you
I
have
think,
to post and get a better audience or
I think
something?
if you know that people are probably not at work anymore, that would be best.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
but sometimes it's still different. It's still a case to case basis thing. So yeah,
Mm.
depende pa rin. So I suggest for those who are trying, if they want to see na mas tangkilikin yung posts nila, they can try to do a pattern para talagang makita mo na, kung 3 times in a row, gabi ako nag-post, tapos laging mataas, ibig sabihin, lagi silang online around that time.
I see. Okay. Wow, we learned talaga mga kaibigan. So Janina, mga kaibigan, look at that. We have a very, very exciting episode again with our very beautiful guest, Miss Janina Chan. So Janina, I know you're a very busy person. Thank you so much for showing up today. I know you love me. Thank you so much.
I do love you.
Thank you. And please continue to share, follow, subscribe to at Janina Chan. On it's all the same on her. Yeah, or I'm gonna leave the space to Janina now to invite you for any of her shows or follow her on any of her social media. Janina,
Okay,
take it away.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me at Marites. I always love you, you know that. And you can check out my platforms via actually almost everywhere naman. I'm most active on Instagram. So it's at Janina Chan, and also YouTube. I'm gonna keep posting more. Yun na nga.
Yes.
Hopefully, I'll be more consistent too. And I'm actually renovating my home now. Alam kong very ano yan ngayon, di ba usong-uso mga home stuff. So ayan,
Yeah.
abangan magkaka-renovation videos soon. And so I think I'll be posting more also on TikTok, but I'm also on Facebook. So it's Janina Chan Official. Basically, it's you'll know that it's legit.
That's right. That's
Make
right.
sure the spelling is with 2 E's. And of course, listen to the podcast, Rise Up with Janina Chan. We also have an episode there with Aki Marites. If you're still, parang late kayo sa balita, wala pa kayong forecast for the year. July
Mga
na.
advisory,
Ano yan?
mga tips.
Yes.
We have so many tips in feng shui.
Exactly. They're via the episode.
Thank you. So Janina, last few words to those who are, struggling right now, depressed right now, or, uncertain of what might the future would be for them. Like what you said, on a daily basis, what does a Janina Chan do every day?
Gratitude always. Gratitude and always never give up. And always try to move forward. Keep moving forward. Keep rising up and celebrate small wins. It doesn't have to be big. Before I was parang my mentality was like all or nothing. Laban kung laban, pero kung hindi, wag na at all. Wag tayo ganyan. Because you know what? I'm reading this book now, Atomic Habits. Just keep on making better habits each day. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. As long as you make small wins every day, aakyat yan ang aakyat. At saka, life off the bat, hindi na siya perfect to begin with. So don't be too hard on yourself. Try to add more levity into your lives, lighten up, and, sometimes just a smile can change everything. Remember, kung gusto nyong siguro kung sobrang down nyo or anything, alalahanin nyo na lang yung story ko na noon, all I wanted to do was a full smile. So, bago bawiin ni God yan, mag-smile tayo more.
Oh
Diba?
my gosh. Oo nga, no. Wow. Thank you so much, Janina, and mga kaibigan. Again, from the bottom of my heart, darling, thank you so much for being with me, Janina. I really, really appreciate it. To our viewers right now, thank you so much. Oh, hey, paano na lang, last few minutes question. What would you suggest, Ms. Janina, to young women and even the older ones to get the same confidence as you have right now in dealing with life's challenges? I think you may have answered it, but anyways, if you want something to say.
Okay, ako tuwing, you have to remind yourself, be your best cheerleader. Sometimes, di ba, when we give advice to other people, parang, wow, okay, ang galing mo Pero pag ikaw na yung malungkot, parang, where's the cheerleader, di ba? You have to be mentally strong too. And know na if in case you're either anxious, kung ano kayo, ayan, kung nag-aatubili, minsan, trust God more, yun na lang. Kasi nothing is within our control. At yung mga nakokontrol nga natin, yun na nga, like feng shui and choosing the right friends, diba? Choosing, just being careful in life. Pero at the same time, hindi tayo pwede maging laging, diba? Laging parang within our comfort zones lang. We have to celebrate life. Yun, I think confidence comes from enjoying. Enjoy lang natin. Minsan kasi na-overthink natin masyado. It robs us of the joy. Stop thinking about what other people think. Enjoy your life and live it purposefully with joy and, with service, in humble confidence. Confidence doesn't mean na magyayabang ka na, 'di ba? Confidence is simply owning who you are, every inch of you, be it your flaws and of course your strengths, and i-enjoy mo lang yan. Kasi at the end of the day, we all have limited time here, di ba? We all have a limited time dito. Bakit tayo mo sa stress? Ang iksi-iksi na nga ng buhay, di ba?
That's
Hindi naman kami,
right.
parang blink namin ni Achi Marites 2021 na.
Oh, imagine. My God. 7 months ago na pala yung ginawa naming video for SM Chinese New Year.
Ang bilis ng time. So,
Yes,
i-enjoy
so-
niya. Sayang yung oras.
So, thank you for that. Like, mga kaibigan, when off-cam kanina, sabi ko nga kay Janina, you know what? When things are so good to me, I always worry because I knew that bad things had to follow. So,
no
mga
more worrying.
kaibigan, you
No
reverse
more
it.
worrying.
So, when bad things are happening to you, you have to rejoice because the next thing that's going to happen is good things. Okay,
Yes.
so anyways, mga kaibigan, thank you again for keeping us company. Thank you to Julius and of course, Christine Babao for coming today to our show and for sharing your insights, and of course, to our dearest friends. Thank you once again. So please follow Janina Chan on her social media channels, and of course, Marites Allen on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I love you all. Until next episode, and I'll see you on Wednesday for my Filipino TV Europe episode, and every Friday for my Friga Fashion Fridays. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Love you. Hey guys, it is the year of the metal ox in 2021. So please don't forget to get a copy of your almanac. It comes with very beautiful pages. This almanac is actually loaded with a lot of information. You can find out when is the best day to get married, to be engaged, to move house, to renovate, to travel, and even set auspicious dates and meeting times. And this has been developed in such a way that everyone will be guided. What are the lucky and unlucky directions for the year? What are the so-called unlucky directions or renovation rules that you cannot do in 2021? I also put some tips. What are the post-pandemic tips that everyone can do? How to declutter your home or organizing your home. So this is available at freega.co.uk. Hey guys, your much awaited 2021 Year of the Metal Ox horoscope guides, planner, and almanac are now available at www.freega.co.uk. These are loaded with a lot of information to guide you for the rest of the year, be it your health, wealth, love, or career. So please head now to www.freega.co.uk and make it your special gift to someone you love, or even to your friends or family members. See you at freega.co.uk.